Test 1 2. Yeah, we don't have sound. All right, so what's going on here? This should be plugged in to this. Oh, good, you put this started.
Yeah. And it was seeing the P4 from the...
Yeah.
So I'm confused.
I'm confused too. P4 audio. Normally the sound comes back at us through here. It's connected. Oh man. And it's coming through. Audio. What's it? Oh, my brother just texted right here. Like, oh, my brother says he can hear me.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
Well, I don't know about that. So guess what? That technical little glitch, let's kind of go live since somebody out in the world just said they can hear us. Hey, all right. So welcome. This is Dean with Modern Day Thrive. Welcome to another episode. Let's get rid of that standby thing.
Yep.
Could you do that? And all right, so we had a little, I don't know if we had a technical glitch or
I'm not even sure at this point.
But I'm from what I'm gathering, we've got sound going out there. So I'm I'm just unmuting my feed.
Okay.
So, okay. All right. It wouldn't be the end of the year.
I was about to say,
without a little, what confidence check. I have no confidence in our abilities to get sound going. So, anyway, hey, welcome to Thrive, George. Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Yeah.
And all the listeners.
It's been a hell of a year. Yes. For you listeners out there, I'm terribly sorry that, we just weren't hearing any kind of playback on our end. So I don't know if the music from the open actually went out, but
I don't either.
You know what? We'll check it later.
Yes, we will.
But at least there's sound now. And, at least we got something going for us.
That's right.
So, how's your week been?
It's been interesting. It's been pretty slow at work,
Mm-hmm.
but they recently went through kind of a downsize reduction,
Yeah.
so we're getting a lot of computers back in,
Okay.
but nothing to do with them.
Okay.
Because we're just kind of piling them right now. So, and it was kind of dicey there for a little bit. We weren't sure if we were going to make it through.
Make it through, like not get fired.
Yeah, it
Like
was.
it was not get your.
There was a couple meetings that kind of were like, well, we'll let you guys know on Monday and Tuesday, and this was on Friday, and I'm like, well, that's a real great Friday message. If you're gonna have a meeting on Friday, be ready.
Right.
So the last email that went out says, they've let everyone know that's impacted. They haven't let me know, so I think I'm good for now. Give me a little bit longer to work on other things.
Stay of execution. Huh?
Yes.
I couldn't imagine living that way.
It's a little dicey, yeah.
Not knowing if you have a job,
Yeah.
when the powers that be, the heads of state are out there going, I mean,
what are we going to do this week?
Yeah, and just like, we're clearing house. And, a lot of that from the pandemic has been, because so many people have been working from home.
Yes.
That people are kind of thinking, well, I guess we don't need that $1 million space.
I think what saved us,
the floor of a building, the entire building.
You've seen the Lake Mary building.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. So I guess we don't, we're paying rent for nobody. Yeah. We're
cost
leasing
them $1 million
a space.
A year, I think.
Yeah.
For that building.
So I'm kind of thinking that's, people are, I guess they're going, well, how do we kind of salvage the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to re-sign a lease, I guess, or we're going to have to pay a penalty, get out of a lease.
They've been doing that all year long. All year long, we'll get an email that says, okay, this site's going to go virtual, basically. So all of a sudden, we'll get all the equipment back.
Yeah.
From those particular sites. And of course, that's been keeping us busy.
Right.
I'll get boxes full of phones and all this stuff. So they've been doing that all year long.
Yeah.
And these are smaller sites, but
so
still.
that's just obviously cutting costs, and and I'm sure most companies are taking the hits.
They're using Dry Dock. Have you heard of Dry Dock?
I'm not sure.
So instead of having an office that has a warehouse and all that, where all your stuff comes to, they'll use a Dry Dock, which means here in down the street you have a warehouse, and they're a Dry Dock facility. All the equipment will go to the Dry Dock. And then people will go there to pick up what they need to go to the job.
So it's basically just they'll store inventory and anything there, and it's just like maybe just a warehouse. Yeah, just a warehouse as opposed to offices and people, and you don't need much. In fact,
so I think it's cheaper to do that.
Warehouse. Some kid running the warehouse. There's a minimum wage job, so you can you can get away with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine what people are going through, have been going through.
Sure.
Jobs are still dropping like flies.
Yes. Still a lot of jobs out there, though.
Yeah, I see a hiring sign everywhere. Every mile I drive somewhere, I see a hiring. We're hiring.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm not as worried as because I have a fallback. I can always cook.
Yeah.
And the place I work would give me more hours.
Yeah.
And funny, they started talking about, I ran into an old manager from Macaroni Grill.
Yeah.
She goes, we can't get people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, really? So you need people, huh?
Need people.
So that will be a potential backup for me if I need it. I'll certainly, if I have to walk into those shoes, I will. It's not really my preference, but I will.
Yeah, I don't like how my camera's set up, but that's all right. I feel like I'm shrugging. Well, I don't know. I go to restaurants and we see empty tables, and then they say 20-minute wait.
Yeah, but you remember what we had the other night when we went to, where was it? Chipotle.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. It was the end of the night, but still. It was
Chipotle is still one of the most popular, competing with the likes of Panera, McDonald's, Starbucks,
Yeah.
Chipotle's right up there in the top 5
Sure.
with everybody else that are still, I think they're recession proof,
Yeah.
They're minimum, place like that. It's not like they have waiters waiting on you. You
Correct.
just
Yeah.
kind of, they keep shoveling food at you,
But it was the food that was, not, there wasn't a lot available, and we got there just in time.
It was last Thursday, right
Yeah.
after the show.
Yeah.
And then we were here for a good,
Yeah.
so we didn't get there till 9:00.
Yeah. They were literally closing up.
And
as we were leaving.
they should have closed probably 20 minutes earlier than that, because they
Yeah.
were out of most of the food.
Almost everything.
So, and then of course the place looked like hell.
Yeah.
The place looked like hell. And probably just on that principle alone,
Yeah.
if you can't kind of
Yeah.
clean up the sludge,
Yeah.
then you should you should know when to get out,
Yeah.
and try not to scrape the bottom of the pans.
Yeah.
for a little bit more food. So, I would have probably opted not. It's still good, but
Yeah, sure.
but just the presentation there, that.
Well, and they were turning people away.
And of course, when we walked in, we got the last of the food.
Yes.
We walked in, and they were literally went
Yeah.
empty.
Yeah.
We're done. And as soon as we walked in and we're right about to order, 10 people walked in right behind us.
At least, yeah.
At least 10 people. And the girl had to tell them all.
They only had what? Some pork left.
Yeah, but even that wasn't,
Yeah.
they
would have gone to that in seconds.
Yeah, but they turned everybody away.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything. So,
Sure.
yeah, I mean, I think it's the servers more than.
Yes.
I think the server.
Where I work is the same thing. And she was telling me at Macaroni Grill, she's like, yeah, they're having trouble with getting quality servers. They'll get people in there, but they're not good. Just
Right. Right.
They're just
And then
filling positions at that
right.
point.
And then a lot of people are losing high end quality jobs.
Yeah.
And they're likely not wanting to start over again.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
True.
I'll collect unemployment. I can make the same money collecting unemployment that I can being a server.
Yeah.
Not fun.
No.
Not fun. Not fun starting over again. There's just nothing about that'd be fun.
And you can't staff right now knowing what you're going to not get, because, 1 minute it could be totally dry. The next minute you could be getting slammed.
Right.
And then you can't get people in that quick. And then you have what feels like horrible service.
Right.
Because everyone's running around with less amount of people.
Right. So the other night I went out to eat with my daughter, and we went to a tapas place.
What's that?
Tapas is small plates. So it's like ordering a bunch of appetizers.
Okay.
And they bring out whenever they bring it out. They don't wait till they have my dish, your dish. They just kind of keep bringing food out. So you order a bunch of things, and then you get what you get when you get it.
Gotcha.
So
interesting.
But the plates are smaller, and you can sample a lot of different types of foods.
That's kind of cool.
It was a fusion, like an Asian fusion tapas. So
Sounds
it
good.
was really good.
Mhm.
And it was packed.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that many. I think it was really mobbed for their wait staff. I think their wait staff was just blown out of the water. But maybe that's the type of thing, if you're going to have a restaurant, you may not want to think about. That's why a place like Chipotle can they make X amount of food. All the 19-year-olds go line up to go through it, and they run out of food. And they didn't, and all they have to do is worry about that they've got people cooking the food and dishing it out and building, cooking and building is all you really have to do.
Filling the pans.
Yep. Keep refilling the pan. So there's a lot of Subways like that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Subways like that. They build it right in front of you. That's why it's still a very popular place.
And they have all the backups below where they just keep
they prep a lot of stuff, and Subways like that, and Pollo Tropical is like that.
Gotcha.
But Chipotle, man, they've got that assembly line thing kind of happening. that's their thing. You
Sure.
know,
It works
they
too.
perfected it. You know, because seems like the line moves slow, but it's steady.
Mm-hmm.
You know, until somebody comes in, I want 15 meals.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that. And there's always somebody. Publix, the grocery store, they make good subs. A week ago, I went there and
Publix
somebody
does.
got in there before me, ordered like 8 subs, and of course, everything was like a little this, a little this, a
Yeah.
little this. No, too much of that, and hey, then they have a million more questions on top of that, and I'm going, oh my goodness, and still. It ran out of food. It ran out of food by the time I got there. So
Yeah.
I feel for those people in a restaurant situation
Sure.
that have to
Could turn on them pretty quick.
that have to
And it's not always their fault.
yeah. Well, you know. Oh yeah, please like, follow, and share this webcast. So we've been last week we kind of started talking a little bit about NFTs.
Yes.
We're just starting to kind of open some doors to that. Um, you've also got. You said you wanted to talk about one of your Bitcoin mining
Yeah, actually,
operations,
I logged into my my back end, and because tonight's payout night,
right?
so I'm just going to bring it up real quick, and this is that's why I do it. You know, it's always generating money,
Okay.
and I like that.
Okay.
So and a couple other sites, if we get time to, we'll kind of go through some stuff I'm looking at next year because my business is only a couple months old,
Okay.
so I really haven't had the time to start formulating what's next.
Okay.
So I'm always looking for options.
All right. So which is this mining? What's happening with the mining?
So
here?
yeah, I'll bring it up real quick. Let me just share this real quick.
Okay.
We won't go too in depth, but I'll probably bore people if I did.
What's the app that runs your mining?
It's called Nice Hash.
Nice. NICEHASH.
NICEHASH. Yes.
Nice Hash. So what was this, a free download? You just
Yeah. Doesn't the app itself does not cost any money.
And it runs on what?
Windows. It can probably do other
but it
revs,
also
but
runs,
I use it on Windows.
does it run on your devices and stuff like that?
So I have an app I can download on my phone,
right,
to monitor exactly the same thing.
So basically this is a payout from your Nice Hash.
Yeah, so right now this is the mining tab, so it shows I have 1, 2, 3, 4 devices. One of them is just a USB device. It hardly produces at all, but it does.
Right.
The 3 top ones are my bigger ones. And basically what has to happen is you have to be at least 1,000 to get it to pay into my wallet up here in the top right-hand corner of this.
All right, so
50,000 number over here in the top right-hand corner.
Well, it's 0.000500856 Bitcoin. So
that's a payout number. I can actually pay out, which I'm going to pay out tonight after 11 o'clock. That's my last payment for tonight. As long as this middle number gets to 1,000, it'll roll it into that number every 4 hours. Okay. And I'm getting about 2,200, 2,400 every 4 hours.
Okay. So when you connect what account are you connecting? Are you buying this through? Nice Hash, obviously, but
I move it to Coinbase afterwards.
So you move it to and from Coinbase.
Yeah, move it actually to
Coinbase.
Yeah, this is where it collects the money from my actual devices that are mining.
Okay, so all right, so you set up an account. You got to Nice Hash. You downloaded the program.
It's very easy to install too.
And okay, so it's probably a really low bit rate kind of program. It's not going to eat up a lot of memory.
No, it does. No, even the machines they're mining on don't really require.
So what does it look like? What does Nice Hash look like?
So we're looking at the flip side of Nice Hash.
So this is the back. This is
the back side of it.
This is the payout portal, whatever you want to call it. Okay.
The other side kind of looks like the Matrix. Literally.
So it looks like a bunch of things kind of flopping across numbers, the screen.
Green and black.
And what do you do for that? Do you just turn it on and let it run?
Yeah, as long as you have devices that are recognized, certain type of CPUs, and certain type of GPUs.
Okay.
So like here, I've got 3060s. These are all 3060s. So NVIDIA cards.
Right.
They have to have at least a certain type for it to do it. And
Okay.
and all of these devices, the CPUs are also. So I have basically 2 devices on each machine being recognized.
So this is a desktop machine.
One is
with
desktop, 2 are laptops.
Oh, NVIDIA card and Nice Hash will look at your system.
Yeah,
and
when you
go,
launch it, it goes, it gives you numbers. It goes,
Yeah.
I found a CPU I can use.
Yeah.
I have a GPU I can use.
Okay.
And when those numbers are on the screen, it kicks off and runs, basically 2 different matrix screens.
Okay.
And it just starts counting, and then it starts going out and solving equations. When it solves them, you get paid, basically.
Okay.
So that it's really hands off.
So
Other than if I need to reboot something periodically.
So when it hits this 50,000, this
I can cash out.
50,000, then you can actually take that and drop it.
In
How many days?
Right now it's about every 4 days.
Every 4 days,
pretty much religiously by 11 o'clock. I'll have I have 50 now. I have one more payment coming tonight.
So every time if you do this, you double this, it actually moves up a decimal point. And that's going into your account.
Mhm.
So
I have like 130 some so far for the 140 some for the month so far. And when I put this one up there, that says 25 right now.
Right.
It's going to go up when I put the next.
So basically, what looks like a screensaver, is actually mining Bitcoin from you.
Yeah.
I want to ask the why, and I want to ask the why. Why is that screensaver giving you money?
It's solving equations. That's what Bitcoin mining is. It's solving equations. That's literally all it's doing.
The program is using your computer.
It's using the GPU and the CPU
for its own benefit, obviously.
Yeah, it's
because it clearly wouldn't be doing it just for your benefit.
Well, yeah. So if I had a system that didn't have a CPU or GPU high enough, it wouldn't get anywhere. It would never be able to solve an equation because it doesn't have all of the power to compute all those computations all at once.
So to keep track of all the, I'm just kind of thinking, what if you had to keep track of all the blockchain?
It does. That's basically what it's
for Bitcoin. So it's a Bitcoin blockchain kind of calculator.
Yeah, you take your Bitcoin and you go buy something with it. Someone is out there with a computer like this solving that equation and going, I know what you just bought.
Oh, we have a comment.
And they get paid for
Find out who. Oh, what about grocery shopping in the metaverse? Then it gets delivered to your door. Okay, we'll get to that. But we are talking, Donnie, you want to look at this because, this is mining. You can set these computers up and
I mean, in theory, if I add more computers, and this is not even my online server, this is that's totally something different. That goes somewhere different.
Right.
This is just in my house. So I'm producing this literally from my house.
So normally if a company had to build a supercomputer to do massive calculations, then you would be looking at, this huge company that has to create this massive computer network that's running all these calculations. But instead, Bitcoin uses networked computers through an app that you download that they can go, I can.
This is not the only app. There are many.
I can help.
But this one I use,
and that's why it's decentralized. So that there's no
it's decentralized because it doesn't have to go through a bank. I don't have to go to Bank of America.
It doesn't have to
get
go
my
through
money.
a bank, but also the banking also is one massive banking network.
Oh yeah, sure.
So being not part of one closed network that you're dialing into your bank, you're logging into your bank to start trading, paying bills and cashing checks and deposits and this, that, and tracking all your accounting. You're going to one bank and they don't like to share.
No,
they don't like to, Wells Fargo and Bank of America.
Yeah.
They're never going to talk to each other.
Not nicely.
Not unless the money's going from one to the other, in which case that's the only.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm just trying to kind of wrap my head around the whole concept of a decentralized network, something that's not one isolated network. So,
it's independent.
It's spread apart across various, obviously,
across the world.
Something
basically.
like this, hundreds, if not thousands. My brother says he only has an iPad. Well, I don't know what to tell you there.
Well, there are apps you can put on.
Yeah,
I mean, there's browser-based. I run those too on this those machines that are actually mining.
Right.
It's called CryptoTab browser. It's just a browser.
Right.
It literally mines too now a
So
lot slower. It may take 2, 3, maybe 4 months to get to $20,
how
but
long
it'll
have you
do it.
been running Nice Hash?
Ooh,
Nice Hash, right?
yeah, nice. Wow, when did I? It's got to be a
A year,
year,
is
year
it
and a
a year?
half,
Okay, at
something
least
like
a
that.
year.
Yeah.
And in that year, is that responsible for you said about 100 you've acquired?
Well, that's just this week. That's just this month. 140. Yeah.
$140.
$140. Yeah, that's just this month.
You've mined $140 with
So
across your
just my home. Yeah.
just with the devices that you're running.
Just in my house. Yeah. And I'm going to
So
add
in a
another
year,
25 tonight.
it could be $1,000.
Yeah, it's about 175, and it does depend on the value of everything going up and down. But it's roughly about 175 a month.
Okay, so if you have, so for our viewers, if you have, is there anything else you want to show me on
No,
this?
I'm going to drop this down. But yeah, this is.
Can you
this
go
is
to
kinda-
nicehash.com? Is there a?
Yeah.
See if you can go to that and
Let me just.
while you're sharing. So basically, if you have a computer with a certain kind of video card,
Probably have to log
display
out.
card.
So this is where it starts, and then and then you have to create an account,
Right.
and then I mean it's literally just giving it your email address and your personal information like you would normally do for almost any site you have to log into.
Okay.
Sometimes you will have to do more validation. Like sometimes they want licenses. I don't remember if this one does because it was a long time ago.
Right.
But
So
the process is not hard.
You're making money,
Mhm.
but you're trading service.
Yeah.
You've provided them with a computer to do network
Well,
calculations.
I'm making something else work for me. So I bought something. I'm buying an asset that's working for me now that's making me money. So
Well,
I
yeah.
don't have to.
Well, you bought the computer,
Yeah, I bought
sure.
the
That's
computer, yeah.
you have a device,
Sure.
but you're providing a service to NiceHash, who are using your computer to run calculations.
Yeah.
To manage the blockchain or manage
validate.
to validate
Sure. Purchases, changes,
keeping track of the
tokens,
the tokens,
Mhm.
right?
And that's
Which
that pays a
allows
mining fee.
allows this kind of stuff to happen. So they're paying for this, and they're paying you in Bitcoin, which is great.
Which is what I want.
It's very tradable. You
Yes.
can use that across the board to buy lots of things.
Absolutely.
Well, all right. So
I'm
this is actually really,
I'm going to stop the screen.
really great. Just a great first step in passive income.
Oh yes, yes.
It's having a computer, going to NiceHash, setting it up,
Technically,
figuring out
it's
what
always going to be generating income, unless something goes down or breaks.
and you don't, unless you lose power or something like
It happens.
that. But in theory, once it's up and it's running,
It
then
goes.
you
want to reboot them periodically. It's just a good rule of thumb.
Right.
But very low.
You said you have other devices that you actually have to do something once in a while.
Yeah, so like some of the CryptoTab browser on a computer, it'll run all day long.
Okay.
But on a phone, it only runs for an hour. So it's kind of annoying. You got to click a button, and an hour or so later, you got to come back, click it again.
Right.
So until I get that to where it's like really convenient, because my wife's home during the day, or maybe if I finally get to be able to peel away from everything,
right?
Then maybe I'll run more of those type of devices, and you just hit them, and every so often you hit them and you walk away. So a little more time consuming.
So is it just the one device that's generated $100, $150, $200?
No, it's all of these.
All your devices.
All those devices are in my pool.
Okay.
So they all pull together.
Okay.
So the one small one's only maybe doing 30 cents a day, and the other ones, are adding,
okay,
adding up. But it's it all comes together.
Okay.
So about every 4 hours right now, it increases that number. It's about 13,000 a day right now, and I haven't even tweaked the laptops. I was thinking about not doing it, but I may go in there and kind of play with the settings a little bit, because you can, turn voltages down, turn power up, and sometimes it gives you more throughput. So, but they're doing pretty good right off the bat. So I may leave them alone so I don't burn them out, because they will burn out eventually, and they will. So they should pay for themselves easily. And
I wonder if there's a way to use some sort of external display card. Wouldn't that be a great thing if you could take a laptop that doesn't quite have the necessary, like some sort of.
I don't know on that one.
Yeah, but
because my server that I have online is a real actual miner.
Right.
It's got 3 full network big cards
Yeah.
inside of
In
it.
a farm
It's
being
in a farm, and
force fed, nice cold
yeah,
air, and
yeah.
a technician running
Yep.
around and keeping
Yep.
all the wheels spinning. Yeah, sure.
Giving it nice lettuce and tomatoes and making it happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got a couple comments here. Let's see what we got in here.
No, I don't.
Maybe they were the ones from before.
They're from before.
But iPads, you can use them. I have iPads running. Before I had some of the bigger devices, I had all kinds of devices running.
Right.
Cell phones, whatever. They all have their, weights and golds. I have some that just run and basically take my unused internet and sell it for a cost. And I've cashed that out twice. So that's about $40.
Okay.
And that's a longer time period. It's not like a month by month. It may take a couple months, maybe 3, even 4, but it's still $20 when I'm ready to use it. So I put it all in a pool for me.
Okay. So just before the show, we were, of course, we'll go back to, I noticed recently that Decentraland, one of my cryptos, has in the last month gone a little crazy, in value. Went up. It was for the longest time under $1, like under 50 cents. And now it's up to like $3. And you're telling me, well, it's because they're dealing with NFTs and metaverse so I'm kind of, started doing a little bit of research. It's been a busy week, so I'm cramming for a test here. But let's go in here. Let's go in. Let me get rid of take that out. And let's do a share. Okay, so in Coinbase, hang on, share screen. Just let's go right to it. And I might already be into something, but I'll back out to the. Oh, and
Decentraland, yes.
Decentraland. So we're looking at. Let me go right. Welcome to Decentraland. So this is the coin for me that's been blowing up in the last 30 days. And I'm looking at it and going, okay, they're creating a virtual world owned by its users. So, with the metaverse, with the NFTs, with this right off the bat, this is kind of screaming what we're thinking about, right?
Yes,
I'm not seeing the word NFT here, but I am seeing, VR is going to be playing a big deal here.
I think VR is going to get huge,
and we're actually going to have to do this in VR on a next future show. So welcome to Decentraland, create and explore trade in first ever virtual world owned by its users. So far I'm liking it. Play using your wallet, play as a guest. Okay.
There's where the money comes in.
This is something I didn't see before. And what's up with the top right? It says join Discord.
Discord is like a chat server.
Okay.
So you can go in there and find out what's going on. A lot of times the developers are in there. A lot of times, people are just talking trash or, talking about the different topics and things that are going on and possibly issues or whatever. So it's basically just
so play using your wallet. So this is where I would be connecting my now would I have to go to my Coinbase?
Have to look into this a little bit more.
Would I have to go to my Coinbase and put it in a wallet?
So I don't know. Again, this is the first time we both seen this.
Yes.
So I don't know what wallet it wants to use.
Right.
I was mentioning that there's.
I have to. So
see MetaMask. See MetaMask is a Chrome extension. When you install.
Okay.
The MetaMask and you configure it.
Right.
And depending on what chain this needs, if it's Ethereum, I'm going to be running right there because I'm telling you, it's expensive. just the fees alone.
Yeah.
But so you connect it to your MetaMask, and anytime it needs to authorize a purchase, it's going to pop up in the MetaMask window and ask you to hit confirm, and it'll show you what you're paying.
Okay.
So we have to figure out what really costs. If it costs just to get past the front window,
right,
we got to figure out what that's
okay,
what that means and what you can do from there. But
so connecting your wallet, you've got 3 choices here: MetaMask, Fortmatic, and Wallet Connect. And
I haven't heard of those, but I'm assuming they work about the same.
Would MetaMask work obviously with Coinbase?
I use MetaMask when I invest on some of my things. I do not need it for Coinbase specifically.
Okay.
So, but it may be that to get from Coinbase to here, MetaMask would play. Like when I bought my AVAX
right
in Coinbase, and when I wanted to transfer it in for the last investment I did, I needed to use MetaMask as the intermediate. Like I transferred it to MetaMask, and then everything went from there from MetaMask.
So you have a choice: sign in, create an account. Let's just continue as a guest.
Yeah, I think we may want to play around first. See what's behind the hood.
See what,
because we looked at that other VR solution, and initially they were offering a really good deal. It was like $5 or something.
Oh, see now,
all of a sudden they wanted $14.
Looks like you've got a way of creating your own avatar. Great.
See, I would imagine you have to have representation in the world, basically.
Right.
Wonder if you can do the silhouette like we were doing before with
and Engage on Oculus Quest.
That was neat.
You know, Engage, we actually created our own custom avatars. Now, why would I have to recreate my avatar?
Different system.
Yeah,
different. But
am I locked to my? Uh oh.
You broke it. Not the
my
first.
Mouse is gone. Can you dump out of the share?
Let me see.
Before I crash, and I want to make sure
I only can share. I can't stop it.
Okay.
It's owner based on your side.
Okay, let's see if I can go here.
Try Alt Tab on your keyboard.
I'm going back to StreamYard. Oh, looks like I'm there now. So, all right. So, all right. Looks like I came back. So, as I went and clicked on something, change your skin tone, put your clothes on, change your head, all that.
Collectibles. What's in your collectibles? I'm curious.
Okay, we'll click on. It just goes to marketplace.
That's what we were kind of looking at earlier, and that may be. That's where your MetaMask is going to come in, because you're probably going to have to. Hey, you wanted some bling bling? You probably have to buy it. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a place where, remember, I was telling. I think I heard a story that I guess it was Nike that bought a company that was creating virtual shoes.
That's right. Yeah, we were talking about that.
You know, and they bought. I heard this on the radio, talk radio. And Nike bought a company.
I would imagine it's going to be more of that.
Creating virtual shoes. So eventually you're going to have a little Nike. You can buy actual Nikes for your. Oh, they have a Grinch. Very cool.
Your brother says he uses Trust Wallet with Wallet Connect. So
Wallet Connect.
Yeah, and I have not used Wallet Connect, but I mean,
okay.
I'm sure there's so many different
options
out there for wallets. It's insane.
Oh, you can create your own Grinch. Isn't that great?
You know, I would imagine as time goes on, you know, these big box guys, you know, you're going to have Coke that all of a sudden wants to have a Coke machine in the corner over there that someone can, you know, click on and get vending out of. I would imagine just like shoes, you know, everything else.
The word Ethereum here. Ethereum.
Oh, Jill's coming. So are you sharing? Because I'm still seeing your silhouette of trying to create your avatar.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. It might just I'm on a different page.
Yeah,
there it is. Okay, so let's go ahead.
Dean's over there having fun by himself. He's not on this.
Whoopsie. Oh, see. Central land, buy, sell, land, estates, avatar, wearables. Are you seeing all this?
I see that now. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to your avatar.
So if I go, I'm done. It should. Let's stay in touch. Name your avatar. Let's stay in blah blah blah. Edit avatar. Wow, great.
We can have to spend some time playing with this one. I
we're
think
gonna have to. I'm gonna stop sharing this. This looks really. All right, and then beyond this, obviously, this is a social experience.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
Yes.
And I'm also going to be guessing that NFTs will be bought and sold through this portal.
I would imagine they're in there somewhere. I
And,
mean, because you got the metaverse coming up
and
too,
of course,
which is
the
going to be
Central
as well.
Land is probably collecting their little.
They're making money somewhere in there.
Hang on a second. I gotta stop sharing this because it is not liking it. So
maybe it's too intense for the.
Too intense.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
No,
have we learned? Well, we learned Decentraland shot up crazy.
Yes.
I mean, crazy, 10 times the value in the last month. Their site, which I've never looked at, I've owned their coin and I've never looked at. Their site looks like, and the marketplace that I'm looking at, market.decentraland.org, looks like a bunch of NFTs and prices for Ethereum.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can share that. That is that's very noteworthy. So I'm going to try without crashing. I'm going to try and share that page. Share a screen.
That's
Chrome
a good idea.
tab.
My brother was saying when you have these wallets connected, to disconnect them when you're not using them, because if someone happens to get into your computer, they could possibly steal your coins.
Oh,
just transfer everything out.
That's it. That's all you want to do is people stealing your coins. Are you seeing this now?
Yes.
Marketplace, and look at there's an animated GIF. Looks like it's an NFT.
The NFTs apparently are not always stationary. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
In some of the cases.
So if I click on one of these NFTs,
what's the price tag? That's what
I don't know. I'm gonna hang on. We're waiting. It's could be this computer just not liking that platform.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why
it's possible. Yeah. We may have to.
Yeah.
Let's play that another way.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that one. We'll look into that though. I think we'll get some more information because I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to back out of that. But we saw it. You saw the listing, obviously the payments. So that clearly, that whole thing has kind of crashed on me.
So we know where they're getting money from.
Yeah, and with the popularity of NFTs, it's a constant. It's going to be a growth market.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. I just like the name of that.
Well, NFTs, cool. If I remember correctly, are only they can't be more than 2 years old. I don't even think it's that old.
Right.
So it's something that's fairly new. I think it's going to be huge with art itself.
Right.
But I think games and any games like this that they can utilize use that as a utilization token. They can use it to make money with,
Yeah. No, I'm just reading his comments. I'm still stuck on the why.
I know.
I'm still stuck on the why.
We've been having this conversation for about an hour.
Paying for this stuff? Why?
Well, it's like Candy Crush.
I'm gonna.
Why do people buy lives when they actually regenerate themselves? I don't buy lives. When my lives run out, I wait.
Why does Candy Crush?
And they make a lot of money. I heard some stats the other day, and I don't even remember what they are, but it was some insane number per day.
Yeah.
It was some insane number that Candy Crush.
That's worth a Google.
Here. Yes, I didn't actually do it.
How much?
I didn't even think about it until we just said that. But
does
Candy Crush?
They
make
Crush make a day
number per day.
That auto fulfilled.
I bet it did.
A lot of people trying to figure out how to Saga Wikipedia.
Maybe could be an article in there. Someone would know, but that's
in-app purchases. I'm not,
and a lot of it I think is lives.
I think that's more of just a normal Google thing. Candy Crush revenue and usage statistics. Businessofapps.com. I think I could probably. Candy Crush Saga led the way for a new. Let's. I think. Oh, I think I can share this. Just regular old internet junk later. All right, go back to StreamYard. Hit share. This is worth a look. Candy Crush revenue user statistics. So there it is. Over $1 billion. Are you seeing this?
It's a little small for my big eyes.
Okay.
But
you can make it full screen over there, you know. Candy Crush Saga led the way for a new generation of mobile games. It was one of the first freemium apps to generate over $1 billion in revenue. Why
is that over a year though, or does it say?
I think it's just over a
overall
lifetime. I think it's. I think
but
it's
still to generate $1 billion is not an easy feat.
And how much?
And we're talking about a little game on a freaking phone.
Yeah. Did Facebook buy it? Because I know it was really listed there. I'm not sure if it was.
I am not sure. I didn't hear that.
If you know who owns that.
I'm not sure.
It competed with Clash of Clans for highest grossing game from 2013 to 2017. So
nice.
Never heard of that, but
it's it's a little game, phone for your game where you create villages and fight and all that kind of stuff.
Looks like they dipped a little since they peaked in 2015, but still, I mean it's been so 250 million users.
Wow.
Play it more than once a month. Candy Crush generated 1.19 billion in 2020.
Wow.
In 2020.
Wow. A lot of people at home.
20. Highest grossing mobile game outside of China.
Yeah.
They said highest grossing mobile game outside of China. So they're not Chinese, I guess.
Wow.
Generated 857 million in 2020.
15% increase year over year. That's not bad.
And it's been up since 2012. Yeah, it's been up for a while. Oh, there's the stats.
Oh, nice. Wow, the first year, 77 million. That's I mean, I wouldn't complain about that number.
But see, I can understand the why.
Well, and I don't know what their cost is. It's just showing what they brought in.
If you've ever played, of course, their cost once they've created the app, it's servers and tech. You know, you got to have the servers that can handle. 200 million people.
I mean, there's obviously some development costs that went into that, but I'm sure 77 million probably covered it.
I'm sure it's covered it for the last 10 years.
Everybody got a nice little bonus.
Oh, then it says profit. Oh, they're saying in 2000 is 7.8 million profit. 111 million profit.
Oh,
I'm sure they didn't spend $100 million on
upkeep. No.
On I'm not sure if I believe these profits, but
well, most of they probably offload onto your phone. So how much of that's online?
Yeah,
you're downloading an app, so they're probably just downloading you like maps.
So Candy Crush users, oh my!
Let that be a lesson to you. Never assume it's a stupid idea.
Yeah,
here we go. That's a stupid game. Just like we're talking about NFTs. You're like, why?
But it's a puzzle. People like puzzles. I like puzzles.
Oh yeah,
I like puzzles. And then of course you get into a zone.
Yeah,
puzzling yourself, and then you go, no. I want to keep playing.
I have not played Candy Crush in a long time.
It's been a few months, I would say.
If I'm sitting on a bench before work,
I don't know.
I'll usually get a game in here and there.
Hard to keep track of the games that I'm playing and not playing.
I know.
We've
been in VR world for so long with so much more interactive stuff. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like this goes back to just playing Pong, kind of, compared to what we're playing with these days. Sure. But seriously. 273 million people are using this thing as of 2020. I guess they haven't got the numbers for 2021 yet. And I've been one of them, but I've never given them a nickel of my money.
No,
and I'm sure the large percentage, but God, you can imagine.
Somebody is.
If each what?
And you know what it is? It's a nominal amount per person. You're only buying like $1 or something. And you're like, oh, it's just $1.
It's $1.
It's just $1.
I want to keep playing. I don't want to wait a day for my account to reset. Or I don't want to ask all my friends to give me a free life. It's just a
It's just $1.
and I get to keep playing.
That'd be the
And
person that buys lottery tickets every time they go to the
no, that
lottery
goes
store.
to the casino
Yeah.
and plays the slot machine. Well, it's just
It's
another
just a
dollar.
nickel.
It's another nickel. It's another nickel. It's another nickel.
Yeah.
And then these guys are just laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
I'm like, what else can we create? And they probably created 100 other apps.
They probably, I don't know. I'm sure they do.
In,
but
oh, this company's got to be a
it's
megalodon.
probably similar to, well, because there's different variants of Candy Crush.
When did Activision acquire King? Activision acquired King. So Activision Blizzard owns. I guess King was a company that owned Candy Crush.
I think that you're right. Now that I remember that.
And now Activision, which is Blizzard, which is World of Warcraft.
Oh,
which
they got all kinds of games.
You know, they own a big chunk of everything played on the web, and of course, they bought it for $5.9 billion in 2016.
Wow!
So they knew.
Yeah,
they said that was a bigger deal than I think YouTube.
I don't remember. Yeah.
You know, YouTube was sold like 10 years ago, and this I think this outbid them.
And it was probably a high number at the time.
And YouTube was a whole site, not just a game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow.
How much revenue is daily? 4 million a day. Jeez. There are 89. For those of you still playing Candy Crush, there are almost 9,000 levels. So if you're at level 200,
you got a ways to go.
Keep blowing $1 every day, and these guys will be extremely thrilled.
Yeah, they'll keep creating more levels.
Users have spent 73 billion hours on Candy Crush Saga. Is it a wonder why our economy is in the toilet? Because everyone's, playing Candy Crush.
I can't go to work. I'm playing.
Yeah,
I'll be there in a minute.
Wonder why we're in trouble. Businesses going belly up.
That's kind of a cool fact, but it kind of tells you where people's mind starts. Why we started talking about NFTs and why we see what people are spending money on.
Oh, I mentioned Pokemon, Fortnite, Minecraft. There you go.
Yeah,
revenue and usage statistics.
Can you buy stuff in Minecraft?
I'm pretty sure you can buy stuff anywhere you want.
I've never seen.
I'm there. Are you still in?
Yeah,
are you looking there? Okay.
Oh, I see. Did it open another page?
Let's just.
I think it
did.
I think it did open another page.
All right. So Minecraft revenue. So let's just go ahead and stop sharing. Let's just go right to. You just have to look. You just have to look. So.
Gotta know.
Where is it? Share screen. Chrome tab. Revenue usage and statistics. There it is. You see it now?
Yes.
Minecraft generated $415 million in revenue in 2020.
Wow.
Accounted for 110 million. Mobile revenue accounted for 110 million. So 130 million people play Minecraft once a month. Has been sold in all formats over 200 million times. Wow. Chinese edition, which is a free game, has been downloaded over 400 million times. And the revenue, it's been consistent.
Wow.
And
these are silly little 8-bit games.
300 to 500 million for the last 10 years. It's been making. Usually the little kids like that.
Yeah.
My
older kids play it every so often. They'll get in there.
Microsoft does not break down revenue in its Xbox Game Studios division from 2015 to 2020. Revenue is estimated based off Minecraft sales, which average $15 per sale, alongside an increase in other revenue educational versions from 2017 onwards.
Nice.
Mobile revenue. Geez.
So Microsoft owns Minecraft?
That's what it's looking like.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Microsoft does not break down, blah, blah, blah. Sources, Eurogamer, PC Mag, Polygon. That's just where it came from, all that.
Look at these
Didn't
numbers.
say when. Oof. How much did Microsoft pay? Acquired Mojang Studios for $2.5 billion in 2014, roughly 20 times the earnings of the company.
Nice.
So
they wanted it.
They wanted it. And it's such a, if you, the graphics are like 8-bit graphics.
That's what I'm saying. It's
They're nothing, and the kids, and of course, it seems like the 8-year-olds just love it.
They'll just live in there.
They just live in that because you can build things, and there's just there's not really a game experience. It's just building. It's like Legos.
I don't know. I've seen where you actually have combat in there.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you can kill characters out.
Okay,
and I've seen where you create dogs, and dogs can chew people up, and it's not as graphic. Obviously, it's an 8-bit world, but I've seen where someone will shoot a sword or something.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing this because I'm getting sick of looking at
these big numbers,
the sheer flagrant amount of money people are spending on an app. Wow,
maybe we need to create a game. 8-bit's fine.
8-bit,
come on, you used to be in programming. Get your book back out.
Who was in programming? I've successfully failed at all programming languages.
More than I know. Where are your books? We'll see if we can figure it out.
I don't even. I think I burned them 30 years ago.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, so
so there's no sheer length of not making money somewhere in this world.
Someone's, it's just, I think, I think starting small, working off of a smaller crowd of people,
I think it's good.
Trying to build from that might be our next evolution. I'm not sure if we'll be live, free to the world, in 2022. We're going to decide that very quickly. We're going to
maybe where we have more program content that comes to you,
but
through a channel.
I learned a lot just today. Mostly, maybe not directly NFTs, but the environment, the world of
the seeds,
of where people are spending their time, not just looking at revenue sales for apps that were developed 10 years ago. But
that was just an offshoot.
but
an interesting tidbit.
But wanting to know exactly where Decentraland and its competitors are, because Decentraland isn't the only one.
No, a lot of them are going to get in. I mean, Metaverse is going to be
so. The Metaverse, NFTs. I do want to show you. We just don't have time tonight. That what did I say? It was the Sandbox.
Yes, you were.
I wanted to show you that, so we'll take a look at that.
Sure.
And that was an advertised link when you do a search NFTs, in Metaverse on Google. That was an advertised response. So, but I did notice that, and I go, "Oh, that's kind of interesting." But I'm already so much more impressed by Decentraland on your ability to create a world, create your own version of your world, and what to do with that.
That's where people were putting their time these days.
And it looks like
because they can create and use,
and it looks like Minecraft.
Yeah.
And funny thing is it looks like Minecraft. It looks like I'm going to build with a bunch of low res, and then you notice. We weren't doing it on live, but I was looking at it and I was starting to build something, and then you could hit the preview and it
brings it to life. Yeah.
And now I just want to see if I can actually. I guess the next thing would be, can we create something and then go visit it? In VR.
I think that's where purchasing, it's
real estate.
Real estate is where that comes in, because you gotta have a place to house it. Which I think is how the Metaverse is doing it as well.
Okay.
You're basically creating, like we were talking about websites. You got to park a website somewhere.
Right.
You got to park your Metaverse somewhere.
Right.
So
like a domain, 20 years ago when the domain, the .coms were going crazy and people were buying, that was real estate, just virtual real estate, which means you have a word, a www.something.com.
Well, it's tangible because you could use it.
That was
you could touch it.
Yeah.
Well, not touch
so
it
now this is going to be the next evolution of that, which
so.
is now you're going to have to pay for it. And hey, I don't mind trying to get in early on something as long as it's not costing a fortune. But
curious as what is the upkeep on it, and then what do you do with it?
I don't know. So
there's no point in building something if nobody ever sees it but you.
And that's where where is it going to be published? So clearly there's going to be but I was early getting into .coms. At
Filming
least,
for the metaverse. What does that mean, Don? I'm curious on what that's in reference to.
well, it's probably. I'm thinking it's just creating,
Content, maybe, like
creating content for the metaverse. But
maybe, yeah.
content is. I don't know. I mean, if I take my 360 camera
Mm-hmm.
and shoot, it's only creating what I shoot, what I
Yeah, yeah,
film. If the camera walks around or just parks in an area, you created a 3D 360-degree world.
yeah.
But it's not mapped into
No, it's
an
just
open world.
it's raw to your camera at that point.
If I
Yeah,
look at it like on YouTube, I can just turn around and look at all corners. Oh, isn't that
yeah, yeah,
nice? But to be able to map what I saw into a truly virtual world where I can go in like an Engage, when we're using Engage, and and we could walk through an environment. We could move through an environment.
yeah. That was really cool. It was.
That
That was
was
pretty
so.
slick.
How do you go from one to the next?
Yeah,
And because you have to, you've got this virtual space, and then you have images that have to be mapped to it. So that's kind of what I think Decentraland is creating. They're creating its own virtual space.
that's interesting.
What's that?
He's saying filming in a grocery store so you can VR shop. So I guess that's kind of what we're talking about. You're creating the scenes.
You can, but again, creating a 360, is a different technology.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've talked about that. The way that maps.
You can move through a store with still images, 360 images, and you can kind of hyper jump to the next bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you can look around. You can see what's on the shelf.
Your
all
fixed
around
point
you.
of where you are is
you're
what
only,
you see around you.
Yeah, you're only you're in a bubble that's this big.
Yeah.
Everywhere you end up, you're here.
You're still in that bubble.
But I can't walk through the store without actually mapping that store in a virtual. 360 is different than virtual, obviously. And there's really no truly virtual cameras. There's, other than what the Oculus puts you in, because that's technically you're filming through cameras, but it's only scanning the room that you're in. There's going to be a thing with that. I don't foresee a camera coming out that's going to create a virtual.
No, it's going to be more technology, I think.
Yeah, I think you're going to take that image and you're going to find a way to map it onto whatever code that you're creating a room. And your room's going to have walls. And you can't walk beyond the walls because the walls are going to stop you, which is kind of like in a 360 camera, your walls are only
right outside you,
right there. You can't move around the room unless you're jumping to another vantage point of that 360 camera. So, anyway, but I mean, the technologies I think is there. There's probably what they're doing is they're trying to map that. And that's coding. That's a way to, take one, because you're taking a flat video, which is what what these 360 cameras do, and then they curl the video around something. Okay, but when they do that, that's it. You're in the middle, and you can only basically turn around. And then of course they have to map that. To scale. They have to scale that to a
whatever your room size is,
whatever the code of a room you're creating. If you want to create a room that's, if I shoot with a camera, but I can map that to a room with dimensions, like saying this room we're in is 20 feet by 20 feet. And that video has to map to that so that I can move around 20 feet in every direction.
So you don't see all your
you won't breach it until what you see is a wall, and that's the end of your movement. So we hit that in Engage when we were looking at VR. But so I think it's coming, and then being able to go into a grocery store, and then maybe even put little icons over the products. Like, I want that.
Pick up some fruit.
I want that. I want that. Oh, I want that. And you don't have to pick it up. You just highlight it
It ends up in
so
your
that
cart.
that your Uber guy can go and pick it up for you, or the people can pull it off the shelf and send it to let the driver pick it up, and all of a sudden it's at your house. So yeah, that seems very doable. Yeah, at least seeing what's there on the shelf.
Should be interested to see where it goes.
Yeah. And that's not saying that I'm not sure it's going to be a real-time view.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Because what's on their shelf might not be there tomorrow.
That's true.
So anyway.
And vice versa.
That's pretty much it. We're over 8:00. We're
interesting stuff coming for 2022, I think.
Yeah, we're going to really kind of wrap things up next week, and then we're going to let you know what we're going to do for 2022.
Yeah, there's a couple things. I'll pass them till next week,
right?
And we'll talk about them then.
Okay. So that's all I got. I appreciate y'all kind of participating. Thank you, Donnie, for your
appreciate it.
You jumping in, and looks like Phil Bird actually did a like for us. So
appreciate that, Phil.
We are. I think we are good to go.
We are a wrap.
Where is this thing? I want to take this. Oh, it's on the bottom probably. There it is. Hide. Oh, okay, folks. We are out of here. Good night.
Have a good night.